In relation to our case study analysis on UPD manufacturing, we have a video presentation about it. Roll VTR.
How much inventory should I hold? One of the principles of supply of goods to a market is that companies hold enough stock to satisfy customer demand without holding too much. So intuitively, just the right quantities of stock to satisfy demand will minimize cost. However, when dealing with thousands of stock keeping units, the art of balancing demand with supply is intricate. It becomes even more complex when multiple storage facilities are used, and customer service times are short or vary according to the critical nature of products. The best way to understand how much stock you should have is to determine how much it costs you. As a guide, inventory costs vary from 2.4 to 16% of sales revenue. You might like to check your costs before embarking on a cost reduction exercise. In your endeavour to reduce costs, it's important to understand what are the typical costs involved. Well, here are the areas that you should examine. Facility costs. These are holding costs which include rental, mobile and static equipment, utilities and compliance costs. For example, for dangerous goods or pharmaceutical products. Human capital. This is the cost of labour to manage stock. For example, moving it, handling it and counting it. Finance costs. When capital is invested in inventory, the cost of finance is interest, or the lost opportunity of vesting capital elsewhere. Management costs. These are white-collar personnel and information technology charges. Procurement costs. These relate to the cost of purchasing, including inbound transport. Inventory turnover. As a rule of thumb, the faster the stock turns over, the less it will cost you to hold. However, stock turns in some businesses, such as spare parts, will be very low, say 1 to 3 times per annum, whereas stock turns in a fast-moving consumer goods business can be as high as 20 to 30 times per annum. Regardless, increasing stock turns for any business to an optimal level is beneficial. Stock accuracy. If stock records are wrong, vast amounts of time and expense can be wasted sorting them out. Ideally, stock accuracy should be 98% or better. This means that 98 times out of 100, the stock on system actually matches the stock in the storage bin. Lower percentages are always linked to higher operating costs. Pillage and ullage. Unfortunately, theft occurs, as does unexplained stock losses and damage. The cost of these must be factored into your analysis. Service levels. Too rigid or a single service level approach can cost dearly. Companies that will offer goods supplied anywhere, anytime, in any quantity, at the fastest delivery time possible, will have higher levels of stock than those who offer a service level specifically tailored to customer needs. So, in all of this, what is the solution? Know thy customer service levels well. And note, levels are plural. Smart companies segment their supply to 3 service classes. Critical goods. These are
Hanggang saan naaabot ang 20 pesos mo?
Manong, pabili kong sweater.
Short sleeve, long sleeve.
O hoodie? 20 pesos na ako. Mag-new cornetto choco java ka na lang. Creamy ice cream milk. Si Bobby.
Balang araw, makukuha ko rin itong kumpanya na to.
Si Miranda.
Sino kayang gagawa nito sa kanya?
At si Bart.
Kuya, nakuha ko lang ito dahil kapatid kita.
Sa gitna ng ambisyon,
When Madam Ana out of the way, sisiguraduhin kong mapapupunta sa akin lahat ng pinaghirapan ko. Magiging akin ang kumpanya.
paano mababago ni Ana ang buhay nila? 100 Days to Heaven. Ngayong May 9 na.
Farmer's Restaurant General Manager Christine Davis uses her incision in ordering inventory levels.
Here is the third top story of the day.
Farmer's Restaurant, we have Anne Hathaway for the staff. Is it true that you are really having this problem on inventory management?
Yes, but we already have solutions regarding that.
Okay, nothing. The key points based on the interview from Farmer's Restaurant are the following.
Case analysis on Farmer's Restaurant. First, point of view. Christine Davis is the general manager of Farmer's Restaurant. She has faced some difficulties with ordering amounts of food items for the restaurant. Sometimes, she has surplus items that are no longer fresh and must be discarded. At other times, shortages are her problem. As for her, using online inventory system would help her solve her problem, but unfortunately, it didn't. Second, statement of the problem. Describe the importance of inventory management as it relates to Farmer's Restaurant. What ordering system would be best for this situation? Why might Christine consider dealing with a nearby supplier instead of the one in Ohio? What reasons might there be for not switching suppliers? Third, objectives. To describe the importance of inventory management as it relates to Farmer's Restaurant. To know what ordering system would be used. To identify the reason why Christine would not want to switch suppliers. Fourth, areas of consideration. When dealing with perishable products, it is important for Christine Davis to maintain the correct amount of inventory. Here, she is having a hard time maintaining the inventory level on the normal range. If they keep too few items in their inventory, they are forfeiting profits because customers will not be able to purchase the items they want and would go to a different store. However, if they produce too many items, they will have to discard them after they perish and lose the money it costs to produce the inventory. Fifth, alternative courses of action. Christine Davis must keep track of the restaurant's inventory level. This is the most important task in order to manage inventory. She needs to keep records in a systematic manner. If she do not have an account of her sales volume as well as her current stock level, she will not know when and how much to reorder. It is recommended to keep an ordering period, that is, a time frame after which she will make her next order. She also needs to prepare inventory hot list of those items that have too much and too little inventory. Updating purchase order information is also a must. She has to ensure that daily and weekly processes are in place to continually review and revalidate the accuracy of the data. Be timely. Even one day can have significant impact on the business.